Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. So today, as you see from the title, I am going to be trying on products from all three of my Ipsy subscriptions. So Ipsy has 3 different subscription levels. I currently get all 3. I'm debating canceling the Ultimate, which is the $50 version of the box. But I get the $50 Ultimate, which has 8 full size, 4 sample size, the Plus, which has 5 full-size products, and the regular Glam bag, which has 5 sample size, sometimes a full-size product. So today I'm going to be trying on all the makeup items that I received for April 2020. I always preface these videos that I am a normal girl doing makeup. I'm not a beauty guru. I don't always know what I'm doing. I'm just a normal girl in her pajamas on a Sunday doing her makeup for fun, and that's what this video is going to be. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I normally do lots of different unboxing videos here where I unbox lots of subscription boxes, but you guys have been really enjoying seeing me try on the makeup, so that's something that I will continue to do on this channel. So there are, I think, 11 products for me to try this month. Real quick, before we get into the makeup, I did say in my video that I was going to tell you how this Bloom Effects Dutch Dirt Mask compared to my Caudalie one. This one I think is $49, the Caudalie is $39, and that is my like holy grail one is the Caudalie one. I don't know if I'm saying the brand right, but whatever. This one is good. It's actually a little bit different than that one. This one has more exfoliating in it than it does pulling stuff out of your pores. I really like this mask, but I'd still probably pick the Caudalie one if I was comparing the two for what I want for my skin, but this is still a pretty good mask. This one does look very brown though, so it can look, you know, interesting on your face. So just keep that in mind. The Caudalie one is like a light pink, so it's kind of pretty. All right, I have got my little face tree bunny ears pulling my hair back, and let's go ahead and get into the first product. And this is by Kismet, and this is their Pure Vitamin C Primer. And I'm sure it won't, there we go, now it's going to focus. So this kind of has like glitter in it. I'm not sure if you can see. So I was really curious to see how this is gonna perform on my face. This did come in the regular Glam bag, so this is just a sample size product. If I look down here, that's where my mirror is. I might move it closer to the camera. So let me go ahead and apply this on my face. So that is what it looks like on my finger. I've already moisturized, washed my face, done all of that stuff. All right, so right off the bat, this reminds me of the Smashbox Photo Finish one. It's a very like smoothing primer. It feels like I have a smooth layer on my face. This is not my favorite kind of primer. I prefer more hydrating primers that provide extra moisture, but it has kind of mattified my face, which is very interesting because there are shimmers in it, but I feel like, I don't know, my skin looks really good with it on, so that's always good too. You can always just wear a primer if you're going with no makeup to kind of smooth out the surface of your face. So I didn't receive any like foundation or powders. The next product will be highlights. Today I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my foundation, but I am using the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Longwear Foundation and Concealer in LP2. This is a good filming foundation for me, but because I have oily skin, it does not last throughout the day, so I normally don't wear this if I have anywhere to go. I don't have anywhere to go today, so I'm gonna use this. All right, so my foundation is now on, and I can move into the cheeks. Before I move into that, I forgot, I have a couple different lip products to try this month. One of those is by Galactic, and this is their Jello Gloss Balm. This is just a sheer balm. I already had it on my lips when I started filming, but I'm gonna put it on now just because the ones that I'll show at the end actually have a tint to them. It smells really good, and it really does feel like you're rubbing like a soft Jello on your lips. It's just like a little pink color. I really like this lip balm. It smells kind of like fake cherry, like really artificial, but it feels really good and moisturizing on the lips. I do like to put a chapstick on while I'm doing my makeup, particularly after my foundation, so that I don't look completely dead. So I did say that the next product was a highlighter, but actually I have a trio by Real Her, so I actually want to go in with the bronzer in this before I skip to that highlight. So I received this in my Ultimate, I received the Galactic in my regular, my Plus box, excuse me. So the $25 box. This I got in the $50 box. So this is the Real Her Cheek Trio. I'm going to use the bronzer and the blush from this, but I'm going to use a highlight that I got in my Ultimate, this Estate highlight. But let's go ahead and start with the bronzer, and it's in the shade Incredible. So it's not bad. It's probably a little more on the orange side, but it is very light. Again, I do have beauty lights on me if you've watched these videos, so this is gonna kind of make my makeup look a little bit different than it would in natural light. At the end, I always show the look with natural lighting just so that you can see. I don't hate it. I don't feel like it did a lot, but it did enough. So if you're going for like a natural look, I feel like it definitely achieved that. So now let's go into the blush, which is in the shade Blessed. Not gonna lie, I feel like it did something, but I don't really see it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that blush. I have some very favorite blushes. I'm not like the biggest blush person, and I'm not sure I like that. I tend to blend it in with the bronzer, and maybe that's why it's not showing up as well. Does that not look blended? Wait, which side? I don't know, it doesn't look very blended. My look won't be completely blended because normal girls don't have time to sit there and blend for hours, so I don't know how I feel about that blush. But let's go ahead and switch over to highlighters. So I want to use the Estate highlighter. Maybe I'll do one highlighter on one cheek and one on the other. So let's start with actually the real Her in Goddess on one side, and then I'll do the Estate on the other because I'm not going out, so it really doesn't matter if I look messed up. So let's go into Goddess. This looks like a little bit darker of a highlight than I would personally probably normally use. That's really pretty. I actually really like that highlight. You can definitely see it, but it doesn't seem like it's too dark on my face. Let's switch over to the Estate one. This one is definitely more on the gold side. That was more on the pink. Like I said, I got this in my Ultimate, and this is in the shade, well, either Lit or Do Me. I don't know which one is the formula, but it's one of those, if it will focus. There we go. So let's go ahead and put this on my face. I'm not a huge fan of baked products. I don't feel like that's showing up at all. Like this is the other one, that's that one. Maybe because I don't have lights on it, but that's a very natural. I think I'm gonna go back in with this one. I actually really like this highlight, so I'm just gonna put that over top of it. We're gonna move on with that one because I feel like maybe it's just because I don't have a light on this side of me, but I didn't love this one. But this is not a bad palette. It's good for traveling, so it's not my favorite thing in the whole world, but it works. So, all right, what is the next product that I have? Oh, now let's move into eyeshadow. So I have two palettes to play with this month. One of them I'm really excited to play with. The other one I don't really care about, but I'll try to mix that one in with the one that I really like. So the one that I'm meh about is the Jewel Smith Beauty palette that we received. I got this in my Ultimate. Came broken. So I haven't gotten a replacement yet, and the shade that I would have liked is the one that kind of broke everywhere. The others are more of a purpley pink look. I'm not in the mood to do two different looks this time, but what I am really looking forward to is this Shayna B Miami palette. And this one just screams a good neutral palette. And when I swatched it, it swatched really well. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a base with the colors in this palette, and then I'll probably use one of the shimmers from this palette on my lid. Maybe this light pink one or this little purpley one I'll use on my lid to kind of combine the look, and we'll kind of mix them together. I do also have a brush to try from my regular Ipsy bag. So this one was from the Plus, this is from the Ultimate, and then in my regular Ipsy Glam bag, I got this Luxie 209 large shader brush that I will use at some point in the eye look. So I'm gonna start off with Winwood right here, just all over the crease of my eye, and I'm partially on the lid. I'm using the Firma 202 to kind of go in the crease. I prefer that one. This one I'll probably use for the shimmer on top of the lid, but I haven't made that decision yet, so we'll see. So we are starting off with this shade. All right, I think I have Winwood there. I might need to blend it a little bit more, but we all know that my blending is not my favorite. I just don't like to blend my makeup. As long as it looks decent, we're good. So the next shade I'm gonna go in is into South Peach here, which I accidentally dipped my brush into anyway and had to kind of like knock it off. And I'm just gonna kind of deepen my crease with South Peach. And I'm using the same brush. So this look is like really orange, and I was kind of going for more pink, but oops, whatever. So that is South Peach there. Let me look at like what I want to do. So I'm trying to debate on how to combine these palettes, because this is definitely more of like a purple palette and this is more of like an orangey palette. So they don't necessarily go together. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to take a little bit of Cafecito here, and I'm going to add the shimmer, the darker shimmer from that palette, but I'm going to take the Cafecito shade here with the Luxie 231 small taper brush just right in the crease, and then I'm going to blend that out with the shimmery shade here, whatever one this one is, that kind of cocoa color. All right, so I have Cafecito in there, and then I'm going to take, well, I'm going to take this Alamar brush. I don't know what brush this is. with this shade, the kind of shimmery one, to kind of blend it out because I do want my lid to be kind of shimmery. But I will say so far I'm really loving the matte shades in the Shayna B palette. They're really, really performing. Now we're going to go into this kind of purpley brown shimmery shade here. And I'm pulling that up onto the lid just a little bit as well. So that wasn't bad. This probably wasn't the best brush for me to use. And honestly, my favorite shade that I probably would have liked is the one that broke, which is kind of the sad part in that. But now I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take, what do I want to take? So now I'm going to take the shade Heat here and put that on kind of my lid. And then I was going to use this Princess shade, but that's really pretty. But instead, I'm going to take this pinker shade here to kind of blend that towards my corner. And then I'll finish my inner corner with this All Over Nude in the inner corner. So starting off with Heat, I'm going to take this Luxie brush. So now I'm going to use this brush, and on one side I'm going to start with Heat, and then I'll flip it to the other side to do the lighter shade, and then I'll go in with a more dense brush for the inner corner. So the Heat shade is really pretty. It kind of blends in with the South Peach color. I feel like they're like very similar, but one is more shimmery. So I'm going to go back in to that little darker brown shimmery color from the Jewel Smith palette and just kind of blend out a little bit more on the outer side of the corner, just so that it doesn't look like one color on this look. So now I'm going to go in with this shade here. I don't know that, I know that there are names for these, but they were on the box, but they're not on the actual palette, so I don't know. I'm just going with this light pink shimmer to kind of blend in that region of my eye, like the middle to the inner corner basically on the inside of the eye. So we're going to take this like pinky shimmer color here. So that wasn't bad, but I wanted to have a little bit more of a less of a white tint, so I'm going to mix it with this Porta Princess, which is probably my favorite color shade in the palette, and I want to touch it anyway. So I'm just mixing a bunch of shadows together right now, because why not? Let's experiment. The Jewel Smith, I'm not going to use any more from that on this eye look, just because this one is like more on the browny peachy side, or like orangey side, rather than that kind of purpley side. The formula is not bad, but I like the formula of the Shayna B shadows much more. All right, so like I said, I'm now going to go into the inner corner. I blended just a little bit, but like not a lot of it. So with this All Over Nude, there is this like bisque one that's like more of a matte, but I prefer a shimmer in my inner corner. To be honest, I could have done a whole look with just this palette, but I wanted to kind of play with both since it is a try on video, and I didn't want to do two different eye looks because like I might go out later, you know what I mean? And I don't want to go out with two completely different looks right now. So I'm going to take this All Over Nude into the inner corner. Not a huge fan of that on the inner corner, not gonna lie. It's a little more gold than I would prefer, so I'm actually gonna go back into the Jewel Smith palette and go to this little like pinky shade, and I'm gonna just concentrate that on the inner corner and see if that helps. It helped a little bit, but I feel like one of the inner corners is more gold than the other. You probably won't be able to tell right now. I'm just gonna stop there with the eyeshadow because I have a ton of eyeliner to try out. As far as the Luxie brush is concerned, I like it. I knew I wasn't going to dislike it because I've had similar brushes from Luxie before that I do like. The Jewel Smith palette, it's fine. The performance was fine. Obviously, I'm mixing it with a different palette, but the formula of this one and the colors, I just would pick this palette over this one every day. And it's not because this one was broken. I don't gravitate towards these colors as much. So this is the palette winner for this one. So now I have 3 different liners to try out. One of them is dual-ended, so this is about to get really interesting. I think there's one that I'm not going to try out, and that is the Araceli liner, and I received this in my regular glam bag. The only reason why I'm not going to try this is because I did break the tip clean off, and I can't find a sharpener, so I need to buy one. I like stuck it back on, but it's not going to obviously work if I put it on my eye. It's going to fall right off, so I'm not going to try this one, but hopefully that's fine. I already have so many more to use. So the one that I'm excited about is from Il Makiage. We've got a handful of products from them. I really like their mascara, some of their other products. So this is actually a dark brown liner, which I'm super excited about because Ipsy doesn't usually send non-black eyeliners, and most subscriptions don't, and that's what I want. So I'm excited. I'm gonna try this one. Then the other one wait, what did I get this in? I got this in my Ultimate, and then in my regular Ipsy, I got this Tartist pencil and liquid liner. I think I'm going to use the liquid liner from the Tarte, and then I'm going to go under, this is in the shade Oreo with the Il Makiage, underneath, just to kind of like smoke it out on the bottom just a little bit. Because I'm so excited about the brown one, we're going to start with that one first. So if you can tell, that's pretty dark. This could pretty much pass for a black. It's like pretty much, if I was looking at that, I would say it's black, which is fine. I was hoping it would be a little bit lighter than that, but it's not horrible. So I'll just put that on the other side so that it matches. And then the formula is fine. I don't know how it will last all day, but let's see. Now it looks a little weird right now because I haven't done any top liner. I do like the formula of that. I wish it was more brown than it was black, because I feel like that is just like, I don't know if you can see on camera, but it feels very black for a brown. And even if you look at like the tip of it, I mean, maybe that's the intention, but I feel like if I am going to go for a black liner, then let's go black. If I'm gonna go for a brown, then I do want it to be lighter, because like, what's the point? Like, it doesn't necessarily, I mean, it can make a difference in a look, but I'm not sure it really does. So I don't know how I feel about this shade, but the formula is fine. Now let's go into the Tarteist by Tarte. There is a pencil liner on the one side. I'm not gonna really use that since I use the other one down below and you can only use so much eyeliner. But on the other side, we have this liquid felt tip. This is a thin felt tip. I usually tend to go in with thicker felt tips for whatever reason, but I'm going to try this now and try to do some wings. We'll see if they end up sisters or twins, but I have a feeling they won't be twins. So let's go ahead and try that out. And I'm gonna, y'all know I'm gonna touch my eye. It's gonna be what it is. Everybody's gonna be fine. Well, I mean, I might get wrinkles, but whatever, I can live with that. That is a very wet felt tip liner. I don't know how I feel about that. Let me keep trying. All right, one done. I don't think they're gonna match. It is a very, very wet liner, which isn't bad. It's very black, but this is one of those liners where you have to be careful if you start to add more, because then you keep needing to add more because it's so wet, it goes down so quickly. Some of mine, I prefer a little bit of a drier felt tip. That way if you accidentally misplace your brush or you put it a little, you know, you're trying to even something out, you don't add a whole bunch. But because this is very wet, it feels like I'm adding a ton. But let's try the other side and hope that this goes well. I'm a little nervous. I feel a little bit uncomfortable with this liner, I'm gonna be honest. Actually, I think they don't dismatch. That's not a word. I think they match fine. It's a very, very wet felt tip. And what that means is that if you start like adding, you know how you kind of want to smooth something out or add something, sometimes because it is a long felt tip too, you add a little bit much. I got lucky. I don't love the way I have it here. I would like to thin it out more, but honestly I don't know if I can do that because of the felt tip. I'm curious if I take this other side, and this is probably where it's all gonna go downhill. Take this other side that's more of just a regular pen, if I can kind of smooth that out. I'm gonna try it. This might be the worst thing I've ever done, but we're gonna try it. So I don't think I destroyed it. I added it to the inner corner, like all around my eye. I don't know why. It didn't hurt it, so that's the good news. I don't think I like the pencil side as much. The liquid side, it's good. Like, it makes a black line. I just think that this one is one that's not gonna be as forgiving. So you do have to be a little bit careful if you're not as used to doing wing liner and stuff like that. And you may wanna practice before you go out somewhere where you do want your liner to look good, because this one does have a little bit of a learning curve. Some of them are easier than others, and I like it, very black. And I think it looks fine. I think I did half decent wings, but I will be nervous to use this in the future if I really care about how I look that day. All right, so last but not least, we have these Trestique lip balms. I also mentioned that I got this Maille like lip thing, but I realized I added this. This was not a product in my Ultimate box. But these came in my Ultimate, and this was my choice. I think that the pink is not gonna work with my look, so I'm not gonna try that one on. Which one do I want to do? There's a darker shade, and then there's this is probably too pink. So I think I'm between this like dark shade and this kind of orange shade. Now I do know that these are a little bit more sheer. Let's start with the orange, and then I'll add this on top just so you can see two of the different ones. I like these, and the reason why I picked them is that they add a nice tint. If you're not wearing makeup, these are really nice. Now obviously I would probably prefer a liquid lip with this look, to be honest, but I like these for like at work, just to like throw something on so you have a little bit of color to your lips so that I don't look completely dead. So this is in the shade Georgia Peach, and let's go ahead and put this on my lip. So there is the shade Georgia Peach. Probably more on the pink side than what goes with this look, so I am definitely going to put that other one. Oh my god, I totally drew outside of my lip line. As you can see, they are not aggressive lip shades, so they just add a little natural hint to your lips. So these are great when you just need to run out really quick if you're doing more natural makeup, or if you're not wearing any makeup at all but you just want a little something. These are really good for that. I'm gonna take this darker shade, which is English Rose, and put it on top, and just to kind of, this one's a little too pink. This might not work either. I probably will put a different lip on after this video, but I do want to show these. So this one is significantly darker, and let's go in with this one. So this one is a little bit darker, but it's still a non-aggressive shade. It doesn't really go with the look, but they are very creamy, and like, they're like almost like a lip balm, but they're not really. They're kind of lipsticky. I'll probably, like I said, I'll probably change the shade, but for this video, that is what that looks like. I didn't get mascara or anything brows. Those were the last products I'm going to try on. So let me throw that on and then show you the full look in natural lighting, and then finish with final thoughts. All right, so here is the final look. Personally, probably wouldn't wear this lip with these eyes, but this is what the look looks like. I think it turned out pretty well, actually. I know I do a lot of neutral looks on here, which, I mean, that's just what I gravitate towards, but also Ipsy hasn't really given me any colorful palettes to play with at this point, so I'm hoping to get a colorful one. Now that I'm in quarantine and I'm like bored all the time, I actually really want to do like a purple and yellow look, which I know is like, why? I don't know why, but I want to. But obviously I don't really have the palettes to do that right now, so hopefully I'll get more fun palettes to play with. This is what it looks like, so just let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. All right, final thoughts. So I like the Trestique lips, but I wouldn't wear the shade with this look personally. The Galactic lip I love. The Shayna V Miami palette I love. Everything else was fine. I like the Tarteist eyeliner, but it is going to take some practice to make sure that I'm comfortable with. Obviously I can't speak to the RSL liner. The Il Makiage brown liner just wasn't brown enough for me. The Joel Smith palette is okay, but I would never go out and spend my money on it. Like, the formula's not bad, but like, this formula is really, really good. So to compare it, I just don't like it as much. The Estate highlighter, not my favorite. Maybe if I play around with it a little bit more. And then the Real Her palette was okay. It's not amazing. It's not bad. This is a good one for travel, which is probably what I will take it with me when I travel. I don't think that was grammatically correct, but... So anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Have you tried any of these products? What do you think of them? Or if you got different products in your Ipsy bags, let me know down in the comments below how they worked out for you. I am curious to hear all of your thoughts. I know a lot of you were okay with me canceling the Ultimate. I think that my plan is I'm gonna wait to see what the spoilers are for the choice items. I think it's on the 23rd. And at that point, I will make my decision. I'm filming this probably a week before it's gonna go up, just as an FYI. So at that point I will make a decision on if I continue to get the Ipsy Ultimate. I will still continue to do the Ipsy try on videos even if I get rid of that. I just won't have as many products to try on. So let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video.